Hey YouTube family and friends, it's your girl Gabrielle here with an humble opinion about Maursau and Tisha Scott and the inappropriate picture that Tisha and Keke discovered in Maursau's phone. And no, this is not alleged. So I was on YouTube earlier scrolling and minding my business when the YouTube Gawds put Lo The Phenom's video across my feed. Now because of the title, I had to click and see what the video was giving, and honey, Lo The Phenom did not disappoint. They shared a snippet of part 2 of the reunion episode, and it has me on the edges of my seat and ready for Saturday. Now in the video, we see Carlos asking Keke whether or not Tisha ever confided in her about suspecting Maursau of cheating. Keke answered reluctantly, but honestly, because I think Miss Wanda was there. Yeah, Miss Wanda was there. So, and I believe in that clip, Miss Wanda was saying to Keke not to lie and to be honest and transparent or whatever about whatever it was that she knew. So, of course, Keke says yes in response to Carlos's question. No mic drop there because we already knew that. I think that the shock value that production attempted to give in that moment did not translate well with viewers. This is a situation that we have been privy to for about 2 seasons now, and it's not really giving anything. Y'all brought Keke on the show to, I guess, pull the covers back or pull the covers off of Tisha and Maursau's relationship, but we're not really getting anything. So I'm not really sure why we're still talking about it, but I digress. So immediately after Keke said yes, Carlos then asked Keke if the rumors were before the show, and again Keke says yes. So Carlos, being the king of messiness, shade, and of course reality TV, then turns to Tisha and asks if Keke was lying. Tisha doesn't hesitate to say yes, and up turns Keke. So I'm lying, Tisha? I'm lying, Tisha? So Tisha then has to defend herself and say, I've never looked at Keke and said that Maursau was cheating on me. Of course, she has to go into immediate damage control because I think in that moment she realized that she gave too much of her information out, and in attempts to kind of reel things back in, she gave more. So she flipped it around on Mel, as they both tend to do to one another, and she says to Carlos that Mel was trying to get close to Keke because Keke knew so much information about her. Tisha, please, you don't even believe that, okay? So here is where things get interesting. In an attempt to not have the cover completely pulled from over her and Maursau's relationship, Tisha explains that she did in fact find a naked picture of a woman in Maursau's phone. And of course, during this time, she and Keke were really close. So she sent Keke a text message with the picture asking her, girl, what the heck is going on with this? Like, what do you think is, I don't know. Do you think he cheated on me? What's going on? We got to, investigate. So, Tisha talks about how she and Keke put on their private investigator hats, and they try to find something or anything about this woman or any information as to whether or not she and Maursau still had dealings, and possibly even to see how deep they were involved. So Tisha tells Carlos that she couldn't find anything. They searched high and low, and so after that she left it alone. Now, throughout this, Maursau has not said a word, okay? That was until he was asked by Carlos how the pictures got in his phone. Not Maursau, but Carlos always asks the right questions. Like, he knows what viewers want to know, but I feel like he kind of has to reel it back, because if you give us everything during the off season, like, what are you going to give us, when the cameras start rolling for season 6 or season 7, whatever season is upcoming? I don't know, but I don't know. So anyway, so after Carlos asked Maursau, how did the pictures get in your phone? And Maursau says something really, really ridiculous and asinine. It's like he just thought of the answer on the fly. He says that he interviewed the girl. Well, he says, I interviewed a girl, and out of the blue, she just sent him the picture. Maursau, you don't believe that, and neither does God, and neither do we. So you need to try it again, okay? And get this, y'all. He hearted the picture and replied, a midday work surprise. Now, to that point, he tried to deny it, but Keke, of course, had to come and save the day and say, yeah, that's what you said. And, of course, Tisha came behind Keke and said, well, babe, that you did say that, you said it, and so here it is. So Carlos asked the question that I'm pretty sure all of us are going to want to know, which is, why did the girl feel comfortable enough to send Maursau the pictures? And here comes Martell. Here comes Martell, skinning and grinning as he's asking Maursau if the girl got the job. When I tell y'all I hollered because Martell, read the room and please tread lightly because you're in the green now, but I have a feeling that things are not going to stay there for you because, sir, you and Melody took us through it this like late latter part of the season. Yeah, so we have to put you on the chopping block and we have to talk about your behavior, sir. So go ahead and get your laughs, your skins and grins on in right now, because I can assure you probably by the finale you're not going to be laughing. But at any rate, Maursau tried to downplay the situation. Maursau, I'm sorry, y'all. It was very funny to me. But anyway, Maursau tried to downplay the situation as best as he could. But I think, like I said earlier, that he may have opened up their marriage to more scrutiny than he and Tisha realized. And my thing is this with Tisha, the red flags have been there since day one. And when I say day one, I'm talking about the original air date of Love and Marriage Huntsville. Maursau has been playing games with her intelligence and her self-esteem, and I do not like it at all. And what's even more troubling for me is that just last week, Tisha was defending her marriage and saying how she's never seen anything inappropriate of Maursau and no proof that he has cheated on her. And I'm just like, girl, wake up. Now, although it was last week for us, it was maybe within minutes. Okay, so imagine sitting and having a conversation with somebody, and in one breath they're saying, oh, you know, their husband has never cheated. They have no reason to assume or believe that he's cheated. Nothing has ever come across them that they've cheated. And only to find out, or not only to find out, but not, well, what I'm trying to say is only to turn around maybe 5 to 10 minutes later and have to admit the very thing that you said you never saw, which is a picture, which kind of falls under the umbrella that you saw something that should have alerted you that he could possibly be cheating. But if that didn't raise your antennas, Tisha, I don't know. So, I don't know. Like I said, girl, just wake up. I really want Tisha to wake up, smell the coffee. I know they have children, and I know they've built this beautiful life together. They've built businesses together, and they've built and developed one another. And I don't know what it takes to be a wife because I am not one, although I do aspire to be married one day. And so I'll always be in favor of the wife, but I won't stand and I cannot stand for willful ignorance. If Maursau did entertain the idea and thought of that girl, as he put it, then imagine the attention that he's given to other women. He did allude that, you know, or allude to the fact that there are, he receives lots of DMs in pictures of women and things like that. And I'm just like, why are you even talking about that on the show, Maursau? That's nothing to, you need to distance yourself from other women, images of other women as much as you can, sir. You just need to run for the hills and don't even mention it in conversation. Don't even bring it up. Nobody cares. Nobody asks about your DMs because now you're opening up a different can of worms, okay? But I'm interested to see what else is revealed on part 2 of the reunion, because Miss Wanda was definitely weighing in on the picture found in Marsau's phone, and she's going to be talking about some other things. But before I go, I want to leave you all with something to think about, okay? Now, it might just be me, but isn't it interesting how all of a sudden Maursau has made the call to now be transparent with his marriage and not as evasive as he has come across in the past? I think that's interesting. And I get the feeling that Tisha is not really here for it because that would mean that she might come out looking foolish after adamantly defending her marriage and husband all this time. But to that point, you know, she is married and did form a union before God with her husband, so her loyalty to him shouldn't be questioned at all because of that. Tisha's a ride or die for real. That's what I'll say. She's the definition of riding until the wheels fall off or until she can gather up enough proof to take him for all he has and begin living her best life. So that is all the commentary that I have with regard to this clip that is circulating around social media. Again, shout out to the famous, fabulous YouTube channel Lo The Phenom for providing that clip because that is where I first saw it. Drop down in the comments and share your thoughts with me about how you feel about all of this. Did anything change for you after you saw the clip about Maursau's, I guess, allegiance to Tisha and his loyalty to Tisha? Do you think he stepped outside of their marriage? Do you think that there was something more to the naked picture, right? Could that be foreshadowing and telling, further, maybe a further picture, painting a further picture to the 20 women that Martell alleged that Maursau may have, been with? I don't know. But I'd love to hear your thoughts about it. So drop down in the comments below and share them with me. If you would love to, please subscribe to my channel. Definitely give my video a thumbs up so that I can get into the YouTube algorithm. I'm trying to do my thing over here on YouTube. Show me some love. I'll return the favor. And I hope you all have a blessed day. Bye.